Hello everyone, Helen Green back here again. I am doing another video. Um, this one is going to be, it's not a gameplay video or anything like that. It's something different. I never make these types of videos, reviewing games, talking about games like this, the way I am now, sitting down. Um, uh, I'm probably not going to be making much of these videos at all, many of these videos at all. Um, more so gameplay videos. But anyway, let's get into this video. First of all, I want to talk about Gun Media's new game that they're making. Theory, if you don't know who Gun Media are, guys, they made the Friday the 13th video game for PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam, right? So, and that came out in 2017. Um, that was a success for a number of years, but the game went downhill. It's sad, but it happened. And unfortunately, there wasn't much anyone could do about it. A lawsuit hit, and then, yeah, it went downhill from there. And sadly, it didn't go back uphill because usually things that go downhill, they don't, you know, usually get anything done about that, unfortunately. And this game is one of those things. However, they're making a new game. Gun Media are they're working with Kane Hodder, who is pretty much Jason Voorhees, right? Except for the other actors, obviously. But Kane Hodder was also Jason. He was part 7 Jason. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you guys probably know half that already. If you don't, you can just Google it. But I'm wanting to talk about what their game might be and what it should have and what it shouldn't have. Essentially, that kind of stuff. Right? I don't wanna go off topic too much here. Okay, so first of all, they're working on a new game. Some people think it's a Halloween game that they're working on. And some people think that it's a LeatherFace game or a Hatchet game. I've heard some people talk about that possibility, but not as much as a Halloween game or a LeatherFace game, right? They're kind of the games that it comes down to. It's gonna be one or the other. Not really a Hatchet game. I mean, a Hatchet game is quite possible. It's more possible than a lot of people think. I don't know, it just makes sense because Kane Hodder, the actor himself, played Victor Crowley. So obviously, that's why it makes sense for it to be a Hatchet game. So rather than a Halloween game, he didn't play Michael Myers in any Halloween movie. So there is absolutely no reason for it to be a Halloween game. If it does end up being a Halloween game, I've seen some leaks online about possible theories for a Halloween game. I don't think that's going to happen, but if I am wrong about this, well, then there's something seriously wrong. But I don't know. I don't know how it would be a Halloween game if the man just never played Michael Myers. It doesn't make any sense, right? He played Victor Crowley, right, in a few of the Hatchet movies. And I'm pretty sure he was Leatherface once or twice. He was definitely Leatherface once, but the amount of times, I think it might have been just once. I think some other guy played Leatherface for most of the movies, in most of the movies, should I say. So, yeah, So yeah, a LeatherFace game is what I would is one of the possibilities that seem very you know that makes the most sense, right? As well as a hatchet game. So it's down to the two of them. Which one will it be? Now, like I said, if it's a Halloween game, uh, I don't know, there's something wrong there if it does end up being a Halloween game. I don't know why Ken Hunter would, you know, sign up to do a Halloween game when he never played. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. I mean, he was Jason Voorhees, right? It's not going to be another Jason game. But it's not going to be a Halloween game. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it can't be a Halloween game, right? It wouldn't make sense. He didn't play Michael Myers, right? Some other guy played Michael Myers. Some other actors played him. Kane Hunter, he wasn't one of them, okay? He was Jason. Every Friday fan knows that. Now, I'm not, like, heavily into the movies, but I have watched them. And I know enough about the movies to know that it wouldn't make sense for him to play Michael Myers in a video game, right? Even if it is a game, it would not make sense because he's not a Michael Myers actor. He's not. He wasn't in any of the movies, and it wouldn't make sense for him to be in a random Halloween game, right? Get someone else for that. But Hodder is working with Gun Media on another horror franchise game, possibly based off a movie that already exists, like Hatchet or Leatherface. Make one of them a game, right? But I don't think they're making a Halloween game. I don't know why a lot of people think that it's going to be a Halloween game. You know, if you think of the facts here, there are a couple of facts here, but you know, there's also the fact that people want a Halloween game. I can understand that. I can respect that. However, realistically, that's not enough of a. That's not. Uh, uh, like that doesn't mean the game is gonna happen. It's not enough to make the game happen, right? It's just not. It's not enough to make the game happen. Uh, well, a Halloween game anyway. So metaphorically, if it's going to be a Leatherface game, the things that I would want in a game, an AI as the killer, because if you know, if it's going to be where um, an online player plays as the killer, well then, I mean that was done in Friday, right? And this is probably going to be very similar in a lot of ways, which is why I don't think this is going to happen, but it needs to happen because they did something similar in Friday the 13th game, right? With the single player challenges that a lot of you guys may be familiar with. If you played the game, you've played the challenges at one point or another, right? But if you're not interested in any of this, just click off the video. Alright, I probably should say that at the start of the video, but I'm saying it now. So if you guys aren't like interested in any of this, if you think it's all nonsense or rubbish, click off the video because I don't think you'll like the mentioned content here. But like you gotta remember, if they make a Leatherface game, it's probably going to be really similar to Friday the 13th game. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm kind of jumping at here, right? That's what I'm assuming. Now, if they're going in a completely different direction, with that being said, well then, it's probably going to be something like Dead by Daylight. Maybe. I mean, maybe. This is a big maybe now, but, bear with me while I say this. Dead by Daylight, you can't fight back, right? You can't defend yourself. You drop a piece of plank, a piece of a wooden plank behind you, right? That's not fighting back. Fighting back is boom, boom, boom. Either with your fists or with a melee weapon, which is, well, you can't use your fists in Friday the 13th game, but you can use a melee weapon from a 2x4 or an axe or a bat or a wrench, etc., etc. Weapons like that. Or those exact weapons, for instance. I mean, whether it stuns Jason or not, or knocks him down, you're still fighting back, right? Whether it affects him or not. They need to, keep that in this game. They need to keep that idea. Don't get rid of it, because it just, I don't know, it needs to be another game that has that ability where you can fight back a lot. You can fight back until you die in Friday the 13th. I'm just trying to think of a good way of saying that. You can do that, but you're probably gonna die if you go right up to Jason and just fight him. Boom, 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 right? But, I mean, sometimes you get low rank Jasons, low level Jasons, or whatever, where they, where you don't die straight away, where they don't know what they're doing. That can make the game more fun, right? It can, it can increase the enjoyment of the game. But if you get I'm going off topic, so I'm not gonna get more into that. The point is that I want this new game, whatever they're working on, you need to be able to fight back in this game as well, right? So they did that right with Friday, right? They did that perfectly with Friday, apart from the fact that half the time the weapons don't stun him, but at least you can fight back, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. That was done successfully. The idea was done successfully. I mean, it may not have been executed very well, but I mean, you can still fight back until you die. It all depends on who Jason is. What person is playing as Jason? Do they have experience playing as him? Although by now, I'd say the majority of players who play that game do have that experience, but yeah, I mean, you get some people who don't have the experience as well. So yeah. But this new game also needs to have. I mentioned this earlier. I think the AI needs to be the killer. Period. The AI needs to be the killer, not the single player mode, for online mode, right? So, your teammates are with you, obviously. And then the killer is the AI, rather than one online person, right? This is what I want them to do. Simply because it's better. It's better. It may be harder to do that way. It's definitely harder to do because they did something similar in they put it with Jason's perspective in the single player challenges in the Friday the 13th game, right? You're not playing as the counselors, you're playing as Jason, which is why it's in his perspective, right? It, which means you play as Jason and you try and take down the counselors who are doing many things on the map. They're trying to escape, right? Yeah, it's like the offline bots. It's just, I don't know, they're running around in the single player challenges, but the offline bots, they're actually getting stuff done. The AI are like the counselors, the program to fix the boat, call the police, things like that. If they can get that stuff done, I think Jason could be the AI. I think that could be like really good. Not Jason. The killer in this game could be the AI. But I mean, like, this killer is probably gonna have like super abilities or whatever, teleportation, morphing. Like, that's probably gonna make the AI part tricky if they end up doing it that way, because otherwise he'd be shifting into a wall, he'd be teleporting in the wrong areas, into the middle of the water, whatever the location is, he'll be like teleporting out of the map or things like that. Wacky glitches might come up, I don't know, things like that. The things that go wrong, it just wouldn't work out, right? They'd have all this stuff processed before they go ahead and kind of confirm that they want to do it this way. Which is why, even if they get that far, even if they go like, all right, we're doing it this way, because we did it differently with Friday, we're gonna do it this way this time with this game. And if they do, fantastic. That's what I want them to do. Now, the possibility of them doing that, it's highly unlikely. That's the negative side to it. It probably isn't going to happen, but yeah, it would be nice. I want to beat up the killer and not have to worry about trying her just dodging my attacks or annoying little things like that. That, like, bring on something fresher, right? Dead by Daylight already has that. Friday the 13th, the game already has that. Bring something new to the table and, work with that essentially as best you can. Don't make it to where the killer is an online person all the time, because that just gets repetitive, right? I mean, the new Back for Blood game, a lot of people are playing that. If you guys are aware of that or familiar with that, if a person, if you're in a game on that game, if you're in a match on that game, with let's say there's 4 players in it, right? So you're in with 3 other people, right? 3 other people, and one of them is an online person, but the other 2 are bots who have either replaced people who left or they've been there since the start of the match. That's kind of how this game should go in terms of how it should work, except it's not a zombie game. That would be good if it's actually done. A lot of people might be like, oh, well, no, I want to play as the killer. Yeah, sure. I mean, put in that option as well, but like, this is the main thing it should have. This is just an opinion. This is how I want the game to be. It doesn't mean the game is going to be like this. It probably isn't going to be like this. However, I think it would be better if the game was like this. I'm not really gonna explain every reason why, because it'd take forever. I don't want this video to be like ridiculously long, because it doesn't need to be. But yeah, I mean, it should be a good game, whatever it is, whatever they're making. Halloween game, I'm still a bit iffy about that, but a Leatherface game or Hatchet game will be fine. And yeah, I mean, whatever the game is going to be, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure there's going to be things that they don't put in the game that people want in the game, but it might have like a roadmap of planned and confirmed things, ideas, maybe not confirmed things, but ideas that they can put in the game without some lawsuit happening, and then all of them have to go to court and just settle this one big lula of a situation. None of that has to happen. It's just little ideas that they can put in the game. Even if they don't do that, at least they're, at least confirm it. At least, not confirm it, just consider it. That's a better word. That's the word I was looking for. Consider it. Consider those things. I mean, obviously they're probably not gonna watch this video, so consider it. Like, think about it yourselves. Think about the possibility of the AI being the killer. They probably were like that with Friday, but they were probably like, oh, this wouldn't work because Jason would be teleporting into the walls and not being able to bust down doors or walls. It would be a disaster. It probably would be, because he does that kind of stuff. He teleports. He has the shift ability. He can run. Maybe that wouldn't be much of a problem. The running would probably be a success over the other things. But yeah. Now, that's about it that I want to cover. There are other things, but I'll let other people hash out their theories online, and yeah, I'll let them handle that. Now, what game do I think it will be? Well, I'm not going to mix words here, but I think it could very well be a Leatherface game. It just makes more sense to me. But yeah, it's Kane Hunter played Leatherface. It just makes sense. It makes sense because of the location, the moves they're setting, and because of the idea more so than. I mean, a Hatchet game makes sense as well, but I mean, it could be one or the other. It will be one or the other. I just don't know which one it will be. It could be any one of them. A Hatchet game makes just as much sense as a Leatherface game, honestly. But a Halloween game, that's way out there. That's way, way out on the ball field waiting to get kicked up into the air there. That's way, way out of here. I don't know why that's even a possibility, but I don't know. Unless they're just, messing about and they decide, okay, we're going to make a Halloween game. Perfect. It doesn't have to make sense. It's a game at the end of the day. Maybe they're going in that direction. I don't know. I mean, I would think not, though, because in a way that doesn't really make sense. But realistically, maybe it does. I don't know. But anyway, guys, let me know your opinions and all that stuff. And yeah. Thank you for watching. Leave a like or dislike by the end of this video or at the end of the video. And yeah. Hope I was making sense for saying a lot of that, because I don't make videos like this. So yeah, I was trying to think about what to say. I'm not gonna lie there, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys could hear where I'm coming from. Was I explaining things well? Let me know in the comments below, but no toxicity because no one likes that. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. See you then.